Hello, this is a short video to show you how to find journal articles, online journal articles in the LSBU library. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to open up Google, so I'm going to go online. Let's find a Google page here. Here we go. Let's get back into Google. There we are. So I'm in a new tab. I'm in Google Chrome. So, and this seems to work very well for me. So if you have problems with other browsers, why don't you try Google Chrome? Google Chrome seems to work well. So I'm in Google Chrome. I'm going to enter here. Let's see what I can enter here. Library, LSBU, alternate. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. I've got a couple of hits here. So I've got ebooks, alternative access here, E-Resources. Let's see if I go to the top one here. What do I find here? So I've gone straight into that address there, libguide.lsbu.ac.uk/e-resources. So E-Resources home. It tells me here, E-Resources, try here first. So I could just click on that, or I could use the tab here. Okay, so the best place to start is where it says try first. So let's try there first. That takes me to this page. Please use the links below for E-Resources. I'm just going to scroll through that, and then I can jump to various alphabetically ordered resources. There are loads of search systems. The one I recommend is here. So I'm going to go to E-Resources E to J, click on that, and I'm going to go here, Education Research Complete. Okay. Now, when I click on this, sometimes this will, if I haven't logged in already, this will take me to a login page for LSBU, and I'm going to enter my username and my password, my usual username and my password. That is the username I use for all of the LSBU systems. It might be that it's going to skip past that because I've already been in the library today. So let's see what happens. There we go, it's taking me into a login page. Okay, that will be your experience too. So that's my username, that's my password. It's because I filled it in before, it's remembering me. So I've clicked here something about remembering my login details. I click login here, and the wheel turns around, and I'm into EBSCO. A couple of things that I suggest you do before you start searching. I recommend that you click this box here, linked full text. Simply that means that most of your finds, the results will be things that are easily accessible for you. So that's really worth looking at. I don't bother with that one really. I just assume that most of the stuff I'll find here is going to be relevant. I think that's enough for now. So we've got, let's pop in there, let's go there as well, PDF full text, I think it's probably useful as well. Let's tick those two boxes, and then I start searching. So let's say I was searching for something about group work. So let's put in group there, and it gives me some other options there. So I don't want group therapy. I'm going to go to group work. There we go. I'm interested in group work in primary schools. Let's put in primary school there. And I'm interested in the United Kingdom. Other literature from other countries could be very relevant and interesting, but I'm particularly interested in the UK. So I've got use all my search terms. Note here I haven't selected a particular field, so I've left that as it is. Not fiddled around with that at all, just left that. I'm looking for PDFs. Do you see I just ticked that PDF box there, as well as the linked full text. So I'm going to press search. Let's see what I get in my results. There we go, 326 journal articles. Okay, it's not bad, is it? And if I'm just scrolling down, you can see PDF full text, PDF full text, PDF full text, PDF full text. So these are easily accessible, all of these, PDF full text, PDF full text, PDF full text. 326, you don't have to read 326. Maybe what you do is you look at some of these and see how appropriate these are for you, and then you adapt your search terms to make it a bit more precise. But let's have a look here at something here. What I might do, let's change this a little bit. So I'm going to change the field here, and I'm going to put that in the title. So now I'm searching for that term, but I'm looking for that term in the title of the journal article. Search. You see, that's changed that dramatically. So it's gone down from the hundreds to 8. So there's something on group work in Scottish primary schools, something on group work versus group worthy tasks, something about emotional aspects to group work, something about group work in primary schools, effect on attainment, interaction and dialogue. So if you're doing anything about interaction, there's an interesting piece of research there. PDF, don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy any journal articles. There's so much stuff in the LSBU library. Don't pay anything to rent or to buy journal articles. There is so much that you have access to that is free. Group work, the answer to primary pupil performance, group work. So lots of interesting hits there. What about if I was interested in, let's try secondary school. Let's see. So let's change that term to secondary education. It's giving me a suggestion there. Let's see what that's like. So I'm going to search that instead. 6 hits there. That's interesting. That's picked up Hong Kong. That's picked up Hong Kong as well. That's a little bit about social and emotional aspects there. That's not picked up because that's picked up the title. Group work is in the title, but secondary is there. You can see secondary is there in the abstract here. So this is the abstract for this particular journal article. Group work to help pupils avoid school exclusion. There we go. Secondary pupils pops in there. PDF full text there. Okay. So what you do is you find something and then you narrow your search terms here, and I can change all sorts of things here. So that's limited that to the title. Let's find something different. What about something about relationships? Relationships. Let's see. If you're thinking about kind of the relationship between teachers and pupils and pupils and pupils, let's see if that comes up with anything. I haven't searched this already. Let me go back to primary. Okay, let's go to primary schools again. Let's pop that in there. I put that in the title. Okay, I've kept everything else the same. I'm still looking for PDFs. I could actually change this so I look at more recent. Do you see I can move that along there? It changes the range of dates that I'm looking for. You see? With that, just updating things for me. What have we got here? This is still looking for group work. Okay, let me go back to relationships then. Relationships. Relationships. Let's put that in there. Search. Relationships. There we go. Something about relationships between religion, risk behaviour, pro-sociality amongst secondary school pupils, discursive sciences, critical linguistic and sex and relationships education. So you can see how it sort of leads you into maybe not what you were hoping for if you're looking at something specific here. School, and again, we've got relationships and sex education, that's popped in there. So you've got to be kind of thoughtful about what the terms are that you put in here if you're looking for something in particular. So I now know that when I put the word relationships in my title search, it's giving me something about relationships and sex education, and maybe that isn't the thing that you're particularly interested in terms of your research. Let's try something else instead then. Let's try something like group work again, because that's quite interesting, isn't it? Let's try a specific subject. So let's try mathematics. Let's see what happens there. Mathematics education. Let's search that, see what happens with that. Mathematics education, group work, 3 hits. Science, that's interesting. Group work, primary performance there. Siemens works with academy group. I don't know what STEM shortages. So it's linked to STEM subjects. Okay, so you can see the way one plays around with the terms here changes your results significantly. So what you've got to do is spend a little bit of time playing around with what you put into these boxes, but I strongly recommend that you tick off the linked full text choice here, because that will mean that you don't end up finding things which are just a bit disappointing. And note that I've also indicated I want a PDF full text there. So all of these PDF full text things are available. Let's just demonstrate, let's just show that's the case. So I'm going to click there, PDF full text, click on that. The wheel turns around and there we go. All right, there's the article there. It's not very long actually, it's quite a short piece there. And I could, if I wanted to, I could download that. Okay, so I don't have to go and find it again, I've got it already. And you've got the information up here about where it comes from, the sources from this journal called Education. Okay, so it's all working, and that's the process that you go through in order to find journal articles, e-journal articles in the LSBU library. Good luck with your searches.